Today I'll show you how to make a Doechii type beat for free and as a complete production beginner. Hello music makers, my name is Darling Katrina and I'm a music production beginner. Ever since her Tiny Desk concert came out a couple months ago, I have been listening to Doechii's music a lot, and now that she's won a Grammy, I thought what better time to produce a Doechii type beat than right now. So full transparency, I'm not particularly big into rap music, but something about Doechii's music is just very addictive. So to get a clearer insight into her instrumentation and how she makes her music, I'm gonna remake Catfish, and I'm gonna remake it using only Logic stock plugins, free VSTs and free plugins, and then I'm gonna change it up to not just straight up copy her. So after listening to the song a little more closely, I found out that there are 3 individual instrument parts. So there's drums, there's bass, and then there's a small little key part that doesn't even stand out that much. But I'm gonna start as always with the drum kit, and I think I found one that sounds pretty cool. It is the Liverpool preset, and I think that is also a GarageBand preset, so you can even make this in a GarageBand. Okay, so let's check out what is happening in the drums. Okay, so I think I got it. The drums are pretty much the same thing throughout the whole song, which I find very interesting. It feels like there's much more movement going on, but it's just a very cool drum beat going for the whole thing. I think there's a few little changes throughout the song, but not too many. I did double the kick and I added a heavy kick because there wasn't enough punch to the Liverpool kick. Yeah, so let's listen to the original again and then to my remake. Not exactly the same thing, but I think it works pretty well. For the bass, I think there's mainly a sub bass or like a synth bass that is very low. Let's listen back to it. Yeah, it's mainly a sub bass. I think there's some other bass in there. Let's start with the sub bass. I think there is something else. There's a bass, like a usual bass, just a VST or like bass, not a synth bass, saying 8th. Yeah, sounds like it. Okay, so I got as close to the original as I could. I don't think it's exactly the same, so I remade the bass by using 2 studio basses and a synth bass or like a sub bass. Let's look at the studio basses first. One plays the 8ths. There is this one, and then there's another one who plays the first of every beat but an octave above. They sound like this. So for the sub bass I used a Vital Bass preset, which is Boomy 808. I will link that in the description below. And yeah, that's just the growly sub bass part. Yeah, and there might be some overdrive, but I'm not quite sure. I don't think. Maybe, but maybe not. Okay, so let's listen back to the original. Yeah, and this is what I made of it. Bass plays the same thing throughout the whole thing. There's some little variation, but it's nothing much. You can just, again, let it play as a loop. So the last thing is keys. And the keys, they play like little leaks in between. It's like this dreamy, verby top line thing. Back here, there is a whistle. Very interesting. And what I think they did is in the chorus, they layer the keys and the whistle, and then in the verses, they let the whistle play alone. That's what I think they did, and that's what I'm gonna try and recreate. Oh, that's pretty close. Let's try and figure out what the line is. Is it that easy? It is. That is so cool. I mean, fair enough. That is close enough, I think. And then let's try and find a whistle. I think I got it. This is the preset that I use for the whistle. It's not quite the original, but I can't whistle. At least not well enough, so I'm not gonna whistle for this. It works, like, it's just the mythical kind of feeling. And there's a little bit more glide in there, but I don't know how to recreate that. So for now, that's what I think it's gonna be. Okay, let's listen back to it and see how well I did. I'm not gonna play the original. I do not want to get copyrighted, but I'm gonna play you how I remake this song. That's close enough. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take the project, I'm gonna duplicate it, and then I'm gonna delete all these tracks. So I'm gonna try and start from scratch using the instruments that we just figured out work well together in this style of song. I might add some, I might take some away or change them. Yeah, so that's a workflow that works pretty well for me. I'm gonna see you as soon as I'm done. Right now I'm working on setting up my BeatStars account to possibly license the songs and the beats that I make in these videos, and also everything else that I make and don't use myself. I'll link my BeatStars and my SoundCloud and all of my other socials in the description below, so you can follow me on there to not miss any updates. I'll also link all the free plugins and VSTs that I use today in the description below, so you can get them and try them yourself. Okay, so I think I'm done. So first of all, I changed the structure of the song. So the previous structure was intro, chorus, verse, chorus, or like a verse, pre-chorus, chorus. And here I have an intro, verse, pre-chorus. So for the drum kit, I kept the same drum kit. I kept the Liverpool drum kit. I did keep the heavy kit. I don't think it changed any of the settings that much. Instead of letting it play on loop for the whole song, I tried to build it up. I added some of the elements in the previous parts, and then in the chorus everything comes together. So for the bass, I took one of the basses out because I did not need it. I did not change the chord progression because I felt like I could build a new song out of it without. It's new, but it's also, you know, inspired by the previous one or by the original one. So I actually took out the keys and the whistle. I loved it in the original. I did not like it in my version, but I added some piano and keys, pads instead. Let's go through them quickly. So I added a piano, which is just the classic suitcase preset, and I usually don't like it, but I think it fit perfectly here. And it's just the chords, but as seventh chords. I added ARPed keys. The keys is another vital preset, another dream key. I'm gonna again link them in the description below. I did add an ARP and recorded the ARP to MIDI so I could change the MIDI notes like I wanted them to. They sound pretty cool as well. Oh yeah, I added a replica delay. It's by Native Access, I think, and it's also free. Link it in the description. It's a cool delay plugin that I use right now, I think, quite a lot. But this is what it sounds like. Gives a little bit of texture and movement. Then I have another vital pad, which is the Dear April pad. Might have changed some of these, or like a little bit, but not too much, and it just adds like a brass element or like a brass bass. Simple. I duplicated this pad and I added a high note using the Raum or Raum reverb. Gave it like some air. And yeah, note repeaters, so there's like a rhythm to the pad. And just like the ARP keys, it just adds texture. And then there's the choir preset, 1940s choir. Again, adds some texture. together they sound pretty amazing. I think that might be one of the best things I ever did. There's a lot going on, there's lows, there's highs, and everything plays very well together. I don't think I ever thought this much about pads. So in the end, I thought it sounded already pretty cool, but I want to add some horns and like a real brass section. Problem with that is the Logic brass section. I think they sound pretty unreal. The ones that I used here also sound pretty unreal, and like I don't really like them, but I wanted to add it just to have an idea of how it could sound, and I probably will change these out and try to perfect them. For now, I think they add a little bit. They add like darkness or like this chaotic energy. I don't really know how to explain it, but they just add like something, darkness, whatever it is. They play the same thing, both sections. I just wanted to pan them out and have them sound even like more massive than they already do. Don't think there's anything more. Okay, so let's give it a listen and see how it sounds all together. I think that might be one of my better remakes. Really love the dark energy of this song. It just sounds so cool. I didn't know I could do something like this. But now I think I might be a little too close to the original, but I think that can be easily changed by switching keys or switching tempo or just chord progression in general. If you like this video, please like, please subscribe, check out the other videos that I already made, and if you have any song ideas that I could make in the future, please let me know in the comments. Okay, that's it. Bye!